Fuck you, I'm smarter, bitch.
I can't believe you're going to rig this game.
We don't want to feel dumb anymore.
I feel so stupid right now.
We're here to find out if we're actually dumb. Don't ask us any questions.
Two bumbling morons. Fuck you, I'm smarter.
Welcome to Fuck You, I'm Smarter, the comedy game show where we compete with the guests to be crowned the smartest person in the room. Zoom. Hi, Kelly.
Should we add YouTube Live to that? The smartest person in the room, Zoom
live. Yes. If you want to watch this live or watch us at all, you can go to our YouTube channel at FU I'm Smarter, and you'll see all of our videos there.
Do you know what we look like?
Well, maybe they'll know now when they look at it.
That's what I'm hoping.
FU I'm Smarter. Hi, Kelly.
Hi, Lindsey.
Hi. Yeah, we're still getting our feet wet with the YouTube Live, so we're not really advertising them until like right before. But maybe we'll start getting like a set schedule. But it's kind of like if you catch us, you'll know what's happening.
Yeah, catch me outside. How about that?
Yeah, but you can go back and you can watch episodes because we keep them up after we record them.
That is correct.
So I just had my second vaccine.
How do you feel?
You know, I feel pretty good. Like, I feel kind of weird today. I feel a little achy, a little like out of it. But like overall, if this is what I had to do, I'm good with it.
Good.
I am not out of commission. I've got some energy. I feel like I'm depressed or something where you're just like feeling a little drained.
Like a little just kind of like glued to your couch, as you said.
Right. I like literally can't get up.
You can't get up, but yet you have energy. Interesting feeling.
If I had to get up, I totally could.
But you just would rather not. And that's fair.
Like, we're not recording today at Kelly's because I texted her and was like, I can come there. Like, if you can't come here, I can definitely come there. But if I can cash in on this, I'd like to cash in on this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So here we are.
Here we are.
Kelly asked me when she first walked in, can I give her the disease because I've had the vaccine, or something about shedding?
Right. I was like, are you shedding the vaccine at me? And I'm not even really sure what that means. I've just heard that that's like a theory that some people are thinking. I don't actually think it's real, but like people are worried. Some people are worried that the vaccine is shedding something onto them. Like if your partner got vaccinated, I don't know. Well,
I understand. Like, think about it. You get the vaccine. A lot of people got then like 103 fever. Their body's aching. They have chills. I understand why someone would be like, you know what? I don't want to be near that.
Yeah.
What if that can get that?
No, I understand, but that's their immune defense ramping up. That's not them having a virus.
No, but I could see someone being like, I'm going to take a day off from seeing that person if they didn't understand that.
If they didn't understand that,
yes,
sure.
But
hopefully they listen to our show and now they understand.
And now they understand that it won't. You're not going to get it. It's just my body fighting it.
Yes, exactly.
But yeah, it was. The first one I didn't even feel the shot. The second one I felt the shot. The first one I didn't really have any soreness. Today I have a lot of soreness in my arm. And I just feel kind of out of it. But the first one I felt really nauseous the next day. So
Did you?
Yeah, it's just interesting to see like what it does to people.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And listen, like I am definitely getting my second shot. I'm really excited about it. But I just want to like do a quick little like, hey, because like I have a few friends who are very hesitant about getting the shot. And I just want to say like, that's understandable still. Like when we first heard about the vaccine, my first thought was, too soon. I'm not getting it right away. You know what I mean? So like, I can understand, especially with like some health complications that people have been having. Like a friend of mine, his friend just got his second dose and then they don't know if it's related or not, but very soon after he had a stroke. So who knows? I don't know. I can understand people still being like hesitant.
Yeah.
And
I have a client on blood thinners and he's really nervous about the blood clots.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And depending on your, history with like pharmaceuticals and the medical industry, like I have a friend who's a Black woman who's just like, you know what? We don't trust medicine for
get
good
that.
reason.
Yeah, I get that.
So, I just want to say like, it's cool if you have second thoughts. It's fine to like take a pause, think about it. And it is okay if you don't choose to get it. hopefully most people are getting it so that it won't matter that you don't get it and they'll keep you protected.
And if you
But
get, if
I
you
just wanted
can
to say
get
that
it,
just because, like, you know, especially because, like, as my one friend was saying, whose friend had this joke, he's like, everything's so politicized that, like, people are, you know, if you're not getting it, you're an idiot and, like, you don't believe in science. And it's like, that's not 100% what is going on with all the people who are hesitant.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then, you know, he's like, there's just too much stuff on both sides of it.
Yeah.
And he's like, I understand. Anyway,
understand
I just
too.
wanted to kind of throw that out there.
Someone had told me yesterday, their friend who's a doctor told them to take Tylenol and take an antihistamine before the shot. And so, you know, I just listened and I just did it. And then I like texted my little crew that I was going with to get the shot. And I was like, hey, my friend's a doctor and said to do this. And then like one of my friends was like, yeah, but I've heard a lot of conflicting things with that because it can, you know, lessen the chance of the vaccine working on you. And then I'm like, cool. Well, I just did it because I didn't even do any of my own research. I just listened to some person and ate it, you know? So I think it's just good in general to do whatever you think you need to do. And if you feel healthy and safe and confident that you want to go outside without a mask on and take a run and live your life, great. Go get it.
Yeah.
I went for a run. I was running yesterday with a mask on, like bright red, sweating, breathing, dying. And I looked down
and you
on
saw
my Instagram.
You saw the news.
I saw the news and I was like,
so
woo!
For our listeners in Denmark or Sweden or
we have one in Iran,
the Democratic Republic of Congo, or wherever people are listening to Fuck You, I'm
Vietnam.
Smarter. We just got news, and I guess it's just this is a local thing, right? I guess this is an LA mandate, or was this?
No, this was from our president in the United States.
Oh, right. Okay, I think what I was looking at was something more local, but no, then I did see that. Sorry. Yes.
You can now safely, they say you can now safely
like
be
CDC,
outside without a mask.
The CDC, it was either the CDC or someone like tried to make sense of all the like new kind of rules, because now it's like sort of like tiers of like, okay, if you have one vaccine, do this in this social situation. If you have both vaccines, do that, whatever. And so they made a little chart, and it's actually really easy to follow. It's like,
maybe we can post
maybe
that.
we can post it. Yeah, it has like a picture with a one side is like mask, one side is no mask, or one side is vaccinated, one side is not vaccinated. Anyway.
If you're in a group or with strangers, you should still wear a mask. If you're going on a run or walking your dog and you feel like there's not a lot of people around, you can feel free to breathe a little easier.
Yeah.
And if you're in a hot spot, you're in a hot spot, and just do whatever you feel comfortable doing.
Do whatever you feel comfortable doing. Yeah. Absolutely.
All right.
Well, that was COVID Corner.
A little vaccine support.
Okay.
But yes, I'm really excited about our little pop quiz today.
Pop quiz.
We just are both bringing in a different subject that we just want to talk about, that we're interested in.
I'm so passionate about my topic. I don't know why, but it really captured my interest.
Hilarious. Now, I believe your topic, even though I don't know a lot about it, is an offshoot of an episode that we had.
We did. We talked about it briefly. It may have been in the Whitney Cicero episode, but I'm not 100% sure about that.
Do you want to talk about it? Do you want to start? Do you want to do it?
Oh, okay. Yeah. I was like, do I want to talk about what we talked about? I don't know why we talked about it.
Well, do you want to do your quiz? Is what I meant.
No, I understand. Do
you want to play teacher?
We're on the same page now.
Fuck you, I'm smarter.
I want to play teacher with you.
Great. You're doing it right now.
All right. We're doing great.
Great.
Yeah.
Are you doing okay?
Yes.
Do you need me to start?
No, I'm
okay.
I'm perfect. Lindsay, this is how my brain functions.
Great.
It's going to like go rapid fire. It's going to completely stop working. The gears are going to start turning again. It's going to go in 6 different directions. I'll pick one. I'll come back to the other ones.
Great.
You know what I mean?
It sounds really not confusing at all.
No, it's like a fucking circus inside my head.
Great.
Yeah, I keep meaning to ask my therapist, like, do I have more of a diagnosis besides like just like PTSD and
or
anxiety, depression, all the normal
Besides,
shit.
you want to add anything to the list?
No, those are the ones that I.
Those are very common things.
Right.
I think every single person in this room, Oliver included, has all three of those things.
Oliver, definitely. Oliver the dog. I mean, most especially anxiety, he chews on his little paws.
Really bad.
And depression.
And PTSD from when someone left him on the street.
Right. And now he chews the door to get to you when you leave him alone.
It's really bad.
Lindsay, I'm taking you to, what class is this? I'm taking you to, I guess this is history.
Okay.
Why did you get excited?
Well, I know nothing about history, but I'd like to learn something.
All right. And this is because literally no one asked for it. A deep dive into the Fez hat.
Wow. Now, wait a minute.
Ooh, the Fez.
I think we talked about the Fez in 2 episodes.
Why?
I think that we talked about it with Whitney originally.
And then we talked
we
about
mentioned it again. Was it with Doug? Did he say
know.
something about the Fez?
No.
It was mentioned before. Listeners, if you're a fan of the show and you remember the second Fez conversation, please email us at fuimsmarter@gmail.com.
Very important.
Yes.
Please email us.
I swear we had
I don't think
we had
did.
a Fez callback.
Well, the third time's a charm, and we are taking a deep dive into the Fez hat. Lindsay!
Yes.
The Fez, also sometimes called a tarbouche, is a felt headdress in the shape of a short cylindrical peakless hat. It's usually what color?
Maroon.
Yes!
Ooh.
And sometimes has what attached to the top?
A tassel.
Yes!
Why? Why is it maroon?
Actually Wikipedia said red, but I take maroon. I think I do know this. The name Fez refers to the city of Fez, where the dye color that the hat was made with is extracted from crimson berries. The dye to color the hat was extracted from crimson berries.
Wow, interesting.
Uh-huh. In which country is the city of Fez located? Is it A, Turkey, B, Morocco, or C, Tunisia?
Oh, this is hard.
I know.
Okay, Morocco, Tunisia, or
Turkey. What? Ooh,
Morocco?
Yes! But according to historian Jeremy Seal, the Fez is Turkish in origin and was ordered by Sultan Mahmud II in the early 1800s as a modern alternative to the turban that allowed Muslim men to prostrate while praying. Lindsay, what does it mean to prostrate? Hey.
While praying. Oh, you put your head on the floor.
Yes.
So it protects your head.
Forward and down. Exactly. Well, I think it means that it doesn't.
Oh,
I
it
don't know
doesn't
why.
keep you from because
Maybe
the
it
hat
doesn't
doesn't
keep
has like a brim. It doesn't have a
it
brim.
doesn't keep you from touching your forehead to the floor. Maybe. Anyway, but so that historian said it was Turkish in origin, and there are major ties to Turkey and the Ottoman Empire. However, there is a strong likelihood that it was brought to the Ottoman Empire from North Africa, therefore making it Moroccan.
Wow.
And Algerian. Anyway, moving on. We'll try not to get bogged down in the specifics here, which I like to do.
I know.
And I'm trying not to. And I think I'm doing a pretty good job so far. But that was only question number 1.
All right. Wow. Only one.
I think maybe it was 2.
I think it
I
was
asked
2.
you a few.
I think it was 2.
Number 2. Lindsay, what can you tell me about the Ottoman Empire? Woo!
It rose and it fell.
Very good. Very good. Lindsay, God damn it, you're smart.
It rose and it fell.
God, I wrote so much in here, copy and pasting from Wikipedia. Didn't know what I would need. Woo, when did it fall?
After the destruction.
After the what? The disruption.
Destruction.
When did it
AD.
rise? When did it rise?
BC.
No. It actually started in the 14th century. So it was
Is that 1300?
correct. Yes. Good
I'm getting
girl.
better.
Good
I'm
girl.
getting
You're
better.
getting
I'm
better. I
learning
know it's
things.
so annoying that they do that because I guess because the first century
0 is the
0 to
thing, and
99.
yeah.
That's the first. So the Ottoman Empire was a state that controlled much of southeastern Europe, Western Asia, and northern Africa. And it was for 6 centuries. They were in charge of that area.
Wow.
Conquering, ruling, blah, bitty, bloop, from between the 14th century and the early 20th century, which is the early 1900s.
Wow.
Lindsay.
Yes.
Back in the day, what was the capital of the Ottoman Empire? Was it A, Constantinople, B, Ankara, or C, Istanbul?
Istanbul?
No. but
Constantinople?
Only because it's Istanbul, not Constantinople. No, you can't go back to Constantinople. Been a long time gone. Constantinople. Why did Constantinople get the works? That's nobody's business but the Turks.
Wow.
Do you know that song?
No, but I really like it.
So it's from, I think it's older than this, but it was popularized by They Might Be Giants on the 1990 album Flood, which I own.
Okay. So it was called Constantinople.
So it was called Constantinople back in the day.
It's modern day
it's
Istanbul.
Correct.
And then sing that song one more time.
Oh, I'm going to play it.
Istanbul was Constantinople, now it's Istanbul, not Constantinople. Been a long time gone, Constantinople, now it's Urge Light on a moonlit night. Every gal in Constantinople lives in Istanbul, not Constantinople. So if you've a date in Constantinople, she'll be waiting in Istanbul. Even old New York was once New Amsterdam. Why they changed it, I can't say. People just liked it better that way.
Let's move on. Number 3.
Yes.
Or whatever number it is. The Ottoman Empire joined World War I on the side of the Central Powers, and this was possibly one of the reasons that they were brought down. They had already been some infighting, et cetera, and some people were claiming independence from the Ottoman Empire, but then so they joined World War I on the side of the Central Powers. Who lost? Who was in the Central Powers besides the Ottoman Empire?
There's no A, B, and C.
Nope. Just
Russia?
that's a great guess. I actually don't know. I don't think so. No, I don't think so. That wasn't in my Wikipedia.
The Orient?
No. These are the people that lost World War I.
Germany?
Yeah, good girl. Germany, Austria-Hungary, the Ottoman Empire, and Bulgaria apparently
interesting.
were the central powers of World War I.
Interesting.
Who knew?
What
Now
were the
we
other
all
powers
do.
called?
Number 4.
I get it.
I didn't write it down. Lindsay, every time we do a game, this is the thing. Now that can be one of the things that we didn't learn in this quiz.
You have to write it down when you edit.
Huh?
When you edit and I ask that question, write it
No,
down.
we have to write it down now. I can't write it down while I'm editing.
Okay.
I can't do it. It's too many things.
What was the question?
we need...
Who was it besides the Central Powers?
Yes. Number 4. Wait, what? Number 5. I don't know. Number 4. Lindsay. While the empire was able to largely hold its own during the conflict, it was struggling, as I said, with internal dissent, especially with the Arab revolts. During this time, genocide was committed by the Ottoman government against who? A, the Armenians, B, the Assyrians, or C, the Greeks?
Armenians?
Yes. And I would have accepted all of those answers because the genocide included Assyrians and Greeks as well. They were killing everybody.
Oh my God.
Horrible. Absolutely horrible.
What year was this? Was this the
This
Armenian
was
genocide?
Yes, this was the Armenian genocide. So I want to say 1915, but we'll have to fact check that.
Okay.
It was around that time, somewhere around that time.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah. Lindsay, number 5. Who wears the fez nowadays?
Shriners.
Good girl. Do you know who else? do you know, like, can I just tell you that the fez is worn by many people, most prominently in Morocco, but it literally spread all around. It was a colonial military hat.
Yes.
So anyone that had like any of like the European powers or whoever, Ottoman Empire, whatever, who had like factions in North Africa and Middle East and anywhere around that region, the fez was part of their military gear. Like that was their hat. Over time, the fez came to be seen as part of an Oriental cultural identity. Even back in the day, though, Jewish men wore the fez and referred to it by the Arabic name tarbouche. In South Asia, the fez has been adopted due to its links with the Ottoman Empire. It's worn by some sections of the Muslim aristocracy in South Asia. It's also a symbol of the support for the Ottoman Caliphate against the British Indian Empire. So it has all these associations. It's even in some people's like wedding, like
like their parties, like the guys will all wear the fez.
Bosnian infantry regiments wore it. Like it's really
what are
crazy.
The Shriners?
So that's my next question.
Oh.
So what about the Shriners? Who are they?
Is there an ABC or no?
No, there's not, because there's a lot of information about them. But you just tell me what you know, and then I'll give you a few things about
It's a group of men that meet to get away from their wives.
Yep, I'm gonna give you a point for that for sure.
And they sit around and they talk about. They play cards and drink and smoke cigars and drink whiskey.
Yeah.
And they're like a club.
It's a club. It's a social club, and it was fucking started by some just rich douchebags.
Wow.
White dudes, aristocracy, rich people in New York. One guy was like a famous actor at the time. This was like the 1800s, like late 1800s. He went, okay, let me read you this part of like how it started. Okay, so there's a connection to the Freemasons.
Okay, and
all right?
who are the Freemasons?
Right, that's my next question.
Oof, that sounds
such
more religious to me.
It's not. This is like a deep, like crazy, like web and a well. Like you just keep going. Like that's why the fez hat was so interesting to me, because I'm like, there's so many ways you could go with this subject.
Wait, who were the Freemasons?
So the Freemasons were they trace their origins to the local fraternities. So these are like ancient frat guys, okay? The stonemasons, the local fraternities of stonemasons that existed from the end of the 14th century.
1300s.
1300s, right. So they regulated the qualifications of stonemasons and their interaction with authorities and clients. So kind of like it's almost sounds like an agency or a union or something. It's probably like an original union of stonemasons. I guess people that built out of stone. I think so. So
wow,
it became
it's like a construction club.
It's a construction club that became a secret society, fraternity type situation.
Wow.
It also sounds like an old school, like kind of almost like Dungeons and Dragons. Like it's literally like the douchebags Dungeons and Dragons. Right. So it's like they have different levels. You have to do rituals and have a secret handshake and all this secret bullshit. But it's just a social club. It's just a fucking fraternity. There's hazing like a fraternity.
So what's the ties with the Freemasons and the Shriners?
Right. So the Freemasons, so these people sitting around some social club in New York were like, we need a club like the Freemasons. Or maybe they were already part of the Freemasons, but they wanted to do something different and new.
It's like for Freemasons who aren't Freemasons.
Right. They probably couldn't fucking get in or something. So they're like, let's do our own shit. So there was this dude. Hold on a second. Beep, boop, boop.
Beep, bop, bop.
beep boop bop boop beep boop bop. In 1870, there were several thousand Freemasons in Manhattan. So they were Freemasons. Many of whom lunched at the Knickerbocker Cottage at a special table on the second floor. Where the fuck is Knickerbocker Cottage?
I don't know.
That's in Manhattan?
Yeah.
There, the idea of a new fraternity for Masons, stressing fun and fellowship, was discussed. Walter M. Fleming and William J. Florence took the idea seriously enough to act upon it. Florence, a world-renowned actor, while on tour in Marseille, do you know where that is?
In France.
Good girl.
I went there once.
I love that. I've never been. Take me.
It wasn't what you want it to be.
Oh, we'll make it. We'll make it what we want it
But
to
also,
be.
like, I was at the port, so maybe I needed to, like, see
Was that
more.
on your cruise ship?
Yeah.
So this dude, Florence, he was an actor. He was on tour doing some show in Marseille. He was invited to a party that was given by an Arab diplomat. So the entertainment was something in the nature of an elaborately staged musical comedy. At its conclusion, the guests became members of a secret society. It sounds like dinner theater.
Yeah.
Florence took copious notes and drawings of his initial viewing, and on two other occasions, once in Algiers and once in Cairo, he took more notes there as well. Then he returned to New York in 1870 and showed his material to his friend, and then his friend Fleming created the ritual emblem and costumes, and they initiated themselves in 1870, and then 11 other men, and then it just got bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and it was all just made up from this like play that he saw, or this like interactive party, and they were wearing fez hats, and it just became part of their costume.
Wow.
So there's an element of like performance to it.
Yes, I kind of like that.
I kind of like that too, but
Yeah.
it's also like
really
it's not your
bro-y.
hat. Like, I
Yeah.
don't know. It's sort of like you're just you got inspired by this Arab diplomat and you like stole his look.
the whole thing, became famous.
It's like they totally appropriated it.
Yeah.
So anyway, but the Shriners have like hospitals and stuff, and at first they were calling their organizations temples, but then they're like, it's not really a temple, it's a social club, and you like, you know,
It's not
it's not
Jesus-y at all,
it's
or
not
about God.
religious.
Yes.
Yeah. So they started calling them like, I don't know, something else. Doesn't matter.
Wow.
Yeah. So anyway.
I never thought I'd know so much about the fez.
Woo! So I think. Oh wait, I do have one more question.
Oh, okay.
One more question. Oh, two more questions. So in the hazing ritual, in 1991, a would-be Shriner sued a shrine temple in Lexington, Kentucky, over injuries suffered during the hazing, which included being blindfolded and having a what applied to his bare buttocks. Was it A, a jolt of electricity, B, a hefty spanking, or C, a kiss from a lower-ranking member?
Oh, wow. A jolt of energy?
Yes, a jolt of electricity.
I mean, electricity?
Yeah.
Wow, so they're like tasing each other?
They're tasing and hazing.
Wow.
Fucking nuts, right? And this dude sued them. But that's what you fucking get,
I mean,
you
like,
idiots.
what are you doing,
idiots.
guys?
What are you doing,
Are you that
idiots?
bored that you're like
They're bored.
electrocuting each other
Yeah.
and like getting naked?
It's also a little homoerotic, no?
100%. But men like
But it's like but it's not. It's the douche bro. It's actually very hetero, right? It's like the heteroerotic.
yes.
It's like what they
well,
love.
every man likes to diddle, but none of them like
Want to admit
straight
it?
men are afraid to admit it. But like a lot of
curious.
straight men have had
They're
what we
bi-curious.
call homosexual activity, but
Of
really
course.
it's just like human sexuality. But straight men are afraid to talk about it.
Exactly.
But like they've
Ding, ding,
all
ding, ding,
touched
ding, ding,
some
ding.
wieners.
They've all touched
They've
some
maybe had a wiener in their
wieners.
mouth
Or in their butt.
or rubbed each other's wieners.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
When they're crossing streams, they accidentally touch the
100%.
tips.
I can guarantee that 75% of straight men have had some sort of a homosexual, I say in quotes, experience in their life.
And you heard it right here, folks, on Fuck You, I'm Smarter. 75% of men are gay.
There you go.
There we go.
Ding, 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 ding.
And God bless them all. Lindsay, last question.
God bless America.
And all the gays.
Yeah.
Fez was a fictional character on the Fox Network's That 70s Show, portrayed by Wilmer Valderrama.
Mm-hmm.
But it is one of the other three male leads on the show who is a Scientologist, DJ, and rapist, known by the monikers DJ Donkey Punch and DJ Mom Jeans. He was arrested in June 2020 and charged in connection with 3 rape allegations. Was this A, Topher Grace, B, Danny Masterson, or C, Ashton Kutcher?
Danny Masterson.
That is correct.
Yeah.
That is correct.
Topher Grace is a goddamn delight. And
Yes.
Ashton Kutcher does a lot of work for human and sex trafficking.
Oh, good.
A ton of work. He's like a huge advocate for helping kids, and he has some app where you could take pictures in a hotel room.
Oh,
and
I
it
know what you're
helps
talking
them.
about.
Yeah.
Oh, let's look that up right now. I know what you're talking about.
I
and
think
that
he
is
started that, or he at
Really?
least is like a huge contributor to fund it.
I
But
want to look that up right
from
now.
my understanding, while she looks that up, is that when you're in a hotel room, you should take a picture of your hotel room and send it to this app.
Yeah.
So if you're ever watching porn that looks sketchy, or there's some sort of a sex trafficking case,
Mm-hmm.
they can match the pictures from this hotel room and be like, that took place at this hotel. Now we know that this hotel is a hot spot for sex trafficking.
It's called Traffic Cam.
Traffic Cam.
And it's an app that you can get it. An
You're
app.
just like, every
Traffic
time you
Cam.
travel, you should take a picture of your hotel room and they upload it to.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it helps to track down victims of sex trafficking.
Yeah. I'm not 100% sure when he started getting involved, but he's been involved for a really long time.
That's
and he's
amazing.
Always like,
Well, his friend Danny Masterson is quite the opposite. Actually, there were 5 women who came forward and accused him of rape, but he was arrested for 3 of them. And he is, I don't know if he's in jail or if he is awaiting his trial or what. But it's happening soon. The preliminary hearing is set for May 18th of this year. And if he's convicted, he faces up to 45 years in prison. And while I can't say for sure, I would guess that this could devastate his DJ career.
yeah, Donkey Punch. DJ Donkey Punch. What a piece of garbage.
Yeah.
Well, that was
All
fun.
right, guys, that was a brief history of the Fez hat.
Wow. And it had so many levels.
So many levels, so many layers, like a beautiful cake or an onion.
All right. So we're going to talk about, I don't know if you saw in the news this week, and probably everyone saw it, even if you don't live in California, but Kaitlyn Jenner is running for governor because
Right.
they're trying to recall our governor.
Right.
What's his name again? Gavin Newsom.
I'm so glad you said it because I was going to have, whenever anyone asks me what someone's name is, my mind goes blank.
You know, look, I'm not going to say that I am like a genius when it comes to politics. I don't know the specifics, but I
don't
will say
either.
this. Gavin Newsom did an amazing job in the beginning of the pandemic. He did an amazing job at the end of the pandemic. In the middle of the pandemic, major fail, but also like, we don't know why government is so, like, everything's about money. The restaurant workers want to, the restaurants want to open up. He's
It's also
getting
a lot
pressure
of like
from this
diplomacy
guy.
between like groups.
I
you
don't know what happened,
I
but
don't either.
basically they're threatening to recall him, even though his.
I don't know that he did that bad of a job.
Well, people
I don't know.
are really angry, especially
Yeah.
when we were doing really bad around the holidays.
Yeah.
So now Kaitlyn Jenner.
I just don't know enough about it, I guess, to have an opinion. But
Well,
I should
Kaitlyn
look
Jenner
into it.
is threatening. I'll say threatening.
Yeah.
Caitlyn Jenner is running for governor.
I don't know that she'd do a better job.
No.
Right?
What
Like,
does she know
what does
about politics?
I don't know. Get out of here.
So
That's just Donald Trump in a dress.
right. So I started thinking about like famous celebrities who have become politicians.
Ah.
And I thought that would be like a really fun little deep dive.
Okay.
So this game is called which stands
Excuse
for
me?
Famous Celebrities Who Got Into Politics.
And can you say the acronym again?
FCWGIP.
No, I want you to say it again.
Stupid. All right, I'll start with an easy one. Number 1. This bodybuilder and action movie superstar served as governor of California from 2003 to 2011. Who was it, Kelly?
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yes. So that's 8 years. He ran 2 terms.
Yeah.
Now, Kelly, question number 2.
Okay.
Did the people of California like Arnold Schwarzenegger when he was governor? Did he do well?
I'm sure some people liked him.
How did he do overall?
I don't know. I wasn't here.
Well, guess.
What are my options? Yes, no,
They
maybe.
loved him. He did a great job, or he did a terrible job, and everyone hated him.
I guess they loved him because he had 2 terms.
2 terms, right? Well, so he took over from Gray Davis after his
Great Davis.
Gray
Hi, I'm the Great Davis.
Gray Davis after the 2003 recall. So he took over for a recall, just like Kaitlyn's trying to do.
Oh, and that fits from Arnold Schwarzenegger to Kaitlyn Jenner. It all makes sense.
Yes. Now, Davis had the lowest recorded approval rating in California's history, 22%. Okay. Arnold came in.
Wrong?
Arnold
Lots
came
of
in.
stuff.
He swept in and was like, "I'm going to get California out of debt," because that was like the biggest thing. Was like getting California. They were at like their lowest point when it comes to debt. I'm going to get California out of debt. Now, in order to do that, so he had 1 term. I don't know what happened in his first term, but in order to do that, he started taking money away from AIDS prevention, battered women's services, healthcare for poor kids, drug treatment for pregnant women.
Wait, who did this?
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh, what a loser.
Rental subsidies for struggling seniors, all this stuff. In order to take the money from those places and put it in and like pay off the debt, basically.
Take the money and run.
Yes. So when he left his time as governor, he had a 22% approval rating.
So they didn't.
So
like
they
him.
tied for the worst ever in California's history.
All right. Well, they started where they left off.
Exactly. All right, Kelly, number 3. This actress, best known for her role in the movie Clueless, went on to become a Fox commentator and ran for Congress in California's 44th district in the November 2018 election.
From Clueless.
Who
I don't know.
was it?
I don't know. I don't know. I
Can
don't
you
know
guess?
anyone's name from Clueless
You can
except
tell me
Alicia
who.
Silverstone.
So there was Alicia Silverstone, who was Cher.
I think it was her.
No, it was not her. It was Stacey Dash. It was one of her best friends. It was her best friend. That
Yes.
she was like
the black girl.
hot black girl
Yeah.
who dated Donald, whatever his name is.
He's so cute.
So
Isn't she like a weirdly super Republican?
that's number 4. Okay, so before we get to number 4, her hope when she ran was she was going to try to unseat Democratic incumbent Nanette Barragan to represent Compton, Watts, San Pedro, and North Long Beach in the House of Representatives.
That's where she is. Okay. All right.
So that's what she was trying to do. What do you know about Stacey Dash's political views?
I just know that she's a Republican and just kind of, I don't know, really conservative.
She's very, very, very conservative. She even wrote a book called From Clueless to Conservative, something like that. But she
What happened to her?
she called the hashtag Oscars So White movement ludicrous, placing blame for lack of diversity in Hollywood on BET.
What?
She said if we don't want segregation, then we need to rid of channels like BET. She said on Fox and
Oh
Friends.
my God.
Mm-hmm. So she went on this whole rant about how if we don't want to be segregated, we need to stop segregating ourselves from everyone else. She said about Obama, over the past 8 years, we had a president who is black, who gets his funding mainly from Hollywood. So she was basically saying and now we're looking down upon Hollywood. Well, they're the ones that got him into office. She said there shouldn't be a Black History Month until there's a White History Month. Yeah.
She's really twisted. She's all twisted up.
On another Fox show, she weighed in on campus sexual assault, describing victims as bad girls who like to get naughty,
What is wrong with her?
who drink too much and make victims of themselves.
Oh my God.
She also said guns don't kill people, people kill people.
She's really
Uh-huh.
yeah. All of these things are not well thought through arguments. They're all arguments from the people in power.
Right.
This is really, I'm disgusted.
Yeah, it's real rough. But good thing she didn't win the seat. And
that's good.
She
How
can
could
go
she?
fuck herself. All right, number 5. Kelly.
That's me.
This star of a movie centered around going to White Castle served off and on in the Obama administration as an associate director in the White House Office of Public Engagement from 2009 to 2011.
It was either Harold or Kumar.
That is correct. It is actor Cal Penn,
Yes.
who I don't remember if he was Harold or Kumar, but yeah,
I don't remember.
he's like super smart and worked on the Obama administration.
Sweet.
Isn't that incredible?
Yeah.
I thought this was really interesting. I was reading about him, and he was like, when he was trying to be an actor and he wasn't successful yet, his full name is Kalpin Modi.
Mm.
And he was like, I'm going to put Cal Penn as my full name on my headshots and see what
that's cute.
happens. And his callbacks went up by 50%.
Because they're like, oh, that I can pronounce that.
Right.
That could be a white person.
Isn't that insane?
He was Kumar, of course.
He was Kumar.
Patel.
Kumar.
What's his name?
Kumar Patel.
Yes.
All right, number 6. This actress and liberal activist announced she would run for governor of New York, challenging incumbent Andrew Cuomo for the Democratic nomination.
I don't know.
Okay, I'll give you a hint. She was in a very popular TV show about New York and sex.
Oh, what's her name from Sex and the City?
Yes.
Miranda?
Yes, Cynthia Nixon is her
Cynthia
name.
Nixon.
And I remember, I think that was,
Hasn't she run for some kind of public office before?
When I found out she was running, I didn't realize how political she was, but she has been in politics and political her entire life.
Yeah, I remember hearing that about her, but
yes.
but has she ever held an office before?
I don't know if
I know she's super involved.
I don't know.
So she's running. Wait, she wants to run now, or she's running now?
No, she ran against him and he won.
Oh, she already did run
So
against
she
him.
would be the governor right now if she won.
If she had won. Was it close?
I remember her doing really well, and like the whole city got really, really involved and excited by her. Just fun
Well, maybe
fact.
if they recall him, they'll as well.
I
They
know.
recall everyone.
Yeah, but I don't know right now who would even want to be governor of New York, like with the pandemic. And I think about people in politics, and yeah, they're so shady and shisty, but like,
sure, but what a horrible thing to have to manage.
who would even
It's
want to
scary.
do that?
No,
like,
it's insane.
horrible. She was arrested in 2002 for blocking the entrance to City Hall and singing "We Will Not Be Moved" to protest Mayor Michael Bloomberg's proposal to cut $350 million out of the Board of Education's budget.
Good for her.
She met her wife at a gay rights rally in 2004. She was once married to a man named Danny Moses, and then she fell in love with a woman named Christine Marioni, and she met her at a gay rights rally. And I thought that was really sweet. Marioni is a political activist and a former advisor of Bill de Blasio. So they're very
interesting.
political. All right, number 7. First, a writer and a performer on Saturday Night Live, and then a political talk show host. Blank went on to become a Democratic senator from Minnesota in 2009 before announcing his resignation in 2017. Who was it, Kelly?
Al Franken.
That is correct. Now, Kelly, number 8. Talk to me about what you know about his resignation.
Oh, he like touched someone's boob and took a picture.
Yeah.
And he got me too'd.
Yeah. And like some people came out and they were like, he got to go now.
Yeah.
And like Kirsten Gillibrand, she was like, get him out, zero tolerance, out immediately. But Pete Buttigieg, said, like, went on record and got a lot of flack for saying that he wouldn't have pressured him to resign. I thought it was a little fast, but then I did some research and there were a lot of women that came out.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I didn't know this, and that's why I kind of wanted to talk about it.
Okay. Yeah. It was a controversial one for sure.
Well, the picture is like, there are a million pictures of me pretending to honk someone's boobs. He wasn't touching her.
Oh, right. Wasn't even touching.
There's a million pictures.
No, yeah, but she was like passed out or something. And
Yeah.
It was weird. And yeah. So what are the other things? Because if it's just that, it's like, well, listen, I don't know if he needs to lose his entire career for that.
Right.
But I also, if you make someone feel like sexually harassed, like that's also not cool.
Yeah.
Like, so it's a tough one. It definitely was like not one of the most egregious things that people were doing
Yeah.
or have done.
Yeah.
But it also is part of a culture that we need to put an end to. So anyway, yeah.
Well, this is what I found, because I thought it was really abrupt, and like,
yeah.
it was from 2006. It was a picture of him pretending to honk someone's boobies.
Right.
But when
Like,
I looked,
if it was me and it was my friend, it depends on my
Yes.
relationship with the person. If I
Right.
didn't know him, I'd be like, ew, fuck you, you're gross.
Right.
But if he was my friend, I don't know. It's like kind of not my, I feel like that's not my call.
well, he resigned only 3 weeks after Leanne Tweeden, a conservative talk show host, accused him of having forced an unwanted kiss on her during a 2006 USO tour.
That's different. That's assaulting someone.
Then 7 more women followed with accusations against Franken.
Mm.
All of them centered on inappropriate touches or kisses. So half of the accusers' names have still not become
Yeah,
public.
That's different.
Both Franken and Tweeden called for an independent investigation into her charges, but nothing actually wound up taking place. He just resigned and moved away from it.
Wonder what he's doing now.
It looks kind of sad. I was like reading up on it, and it's no bueno. There was this whole article like, he was living in like a man cave, and they was eating hummus out of a plastic container, and it just sounded really.
Oh, I used to work with his daughter. You know that?
Really?
Yeah.
Where?
At Appleseeds.
Interesting.
Yeah, she's really nice.
Well, you never know. I mean, it's not good when 7 women come out. It doesn't look good on you, buddy.
It doesn't.
All right, 2 more quickies. Kelly.
Yes.
Actor blank was elected mayor of Carmel, California in 1986 before being appointed to the California State Park and Recreation Commission in 2001 under Governors Gray Davis and Schwarzenegger.
Woo.
Who do you think it was?
What was his position?
He was elected mayor of Carmel, and then he worked
And
for
he
the
was also
California
an
State Park.
actor?
He was an actor. He's an older gentleman with a chiseled face.
Clint Eastwood.
Yes.
Really? Really?
Yes.
That's wild.
That is incredible that you just got that.
Well, you described it well. And
Yes.
I knew he was an actor, so
He's an older actor with a chiseled face.
hilarious.
All right, last question.
Yes.
Before he became a television personality, blank was first elected to Cincinnati City Council in 1971 and resigned in 1974 after admitting to hiring a sex worker.
Woo.
He won back his seat in 1975 and served 1 year as mayor in 1977. Who was
Cincinnati?
it?
This is
Cincinnati hired a sex worker. He's a television personality. Let me know when you want a hint.
I would definitely need a hint. I don't know. Maury Povich?
Close. Jerry Springer.
Oh, Jerry Springer.
Jerry Springer.
Same thing.
Well, that's the game. But
Ooh, I didn't hear the last time.
one more thing though before I leave you. Our girl Shirley Temple, just so you know, she ran for Congress in 1967.
Was she still a kid?
No, I
It's
don't
like,
think
I don't
so.
know what she looks like grown up.
She was appointed
I
U.S.
thought
ambassador.
she died at 10 years old.
No, she was still alive.
She's still alive?
No, she was
Oh.
still alive.
God.
She was appointed U.S. ambassador to Ghana in 1974 and to Czechoslovakia in 1989. Also, don't forget, Hollywood actor Ronald Reagan went on to serve as California governor and then the president. He was also an actor.
Do you think that's what Arnold Schwarzenegger was trying to do?
Yes.
He's like, I want to be president.
Yes, I want to follow in Ronald Reagan.
President.
Ooh, one more thing. Sonny and Cher. Sonny Bono was the mayor of Palm Springs from 1988 to 1992.
Oh my God, that's hilarious. I had no
isn't that
idea.
funny? I forgot that until I read that again.
That's wild.
So, Kaitlyn Jenner might have a chance, which is
For sure.
real scary.
Oh, man.
I almost did a quiz, all the horrible things that Kaitlyn Jenner has done
That
in
can
her
be next.
life.
We'll do that next week.
Okay,
Yeah.
we might
We'll
dive
do that
into
next
that
time.
if she continues to decide.
If she
to run.
continues to try to be in the limelight here and like play politics, we're gonna have.
Well,
to,
we should do it, Gavin
We're
Newsom.
gonna
We
have
should
to
do a deep
drag
dive.
her.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh, let's do like I'll be Gavin Newsom, you be Kaitlyn Jenner. We'll do a head to head.
I think that would be really fun.
Okay.
All right, listeners. Okay. Well, that's this week's episode. Little pop quiz for you, all about Fez and celebrity politicians. Fez celebrities in politics. Thanks for listening. We love you. We'll see you next week.
Follow us at Kelly and Lindsey, Lindsey with an EY. Email us if you have questions, game ideas. If we got something wrong, let us know. I'm sure we got a lot of stuff wrong.
I'm sure we did. Please subscribe to our YouTube. It's FU I'm Smarter,
like.
or you could even Google or look up Kelly and Lindsey and see if you can find it that way. But it should be FU I'm Smarter. And then you can watch all of these videos and see Oliver's butt.
And email us. What is it?
FUI'mSmarter@gmail.com.
Thank you.
We love you guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Fuck you, I'm smarter.